In this video I'll tell you everything you need to know about Waves Mode and Attack on Titan Revolution on Roblox. Subscribe, like and hype if you want to get this and more Roblox guides and enter giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. I'll tell you everything you need to know about the Waves Mode and Attack on Titan Revolution because this is the newest game mode and it plays completely differently from anything else in the game. The whole concept is that you're defending the HQ entrusted against an endless flood of Titans, and since there's no finish line, the rewards you walk away with depend entirely on how long you manage to stay alive. You get into it through the mission select area in the lobby, and you can bring up to 3 players with you on a public server or up to 5 if you're running a private one. Having teammates is a genuinely smart move here because splitting aggro between multiple players makes a huge difference when things start getting hectic. Now here's something important to know before you jump in. This mode works like a roguelike, which means you start completely fresh with no gear from your main build carrying over. The only things that follow you in are potion effects and any passive bonuses tied to your family, so if you have access to a strong family like Shiki, that advantage is very real here and worth thinking about before you queue up. The difficulty structure is set up in 10 wave intervals. Waves 1 through 10 are easy, then it jumps to normal, then hard, then severe, and finally aberrant. Every 10th wave specifically also spawns a boss, and beating that boss is what transitions you into the next difficulty tier. Your power in this mode grows through a few different systems, so let me walk you through all of them. After clearing each wave, a random skill crate drops somewhere on the map, and you need to carry it back to the HQ to claim whatever's inside. It could be an active skill or a passive stat boost, and both matter a lot for how your run develops, even if the exact outcome is down to RNG. The HQ itself is also where you access the upgrade menu, which lets you boost your base stats, pick up thunder spears, enhance perks, and manage your current inventory of skills, perks, memories, artifacts, and blessings. You should be visiting this menu regularly, especially before each difficulty jump, because being prepared for the next tier of Titans makes a real difference. There's also a healing station at the HQ where you can recover a set amount of HP and clear any injuries you've picked up, which can straight up save a run if you get caught in a bad spot. Gold is the main currency you earn by clearing waves, and you spend it at the market on things like perk crates, artifacts, memories, serums, and Titan shards. Subscribe to this channel if you want to join the giveaway. Check the links in the video description and write what you would like to get from this game. The shop inventory rotates every wave, so you want to check it after every single clear because you might miss something good if you skip a visit. You can also spend gold to lock the current market selection for 5 waves if you see something you want to save up for. One tip that's actually important here is to spend your gold as you earn it rather than sitting on a big pile. Hoarding it doesn't give you any advantage, and you'll end up missing out on stat bonuses that could have made your run significantly stronger. Shards are a separate currency that was added specifically with this mode. You get 1 shard for every 20,000 gold you convert, and shards are what you use to buy the big progression items from the mode's dedicated shop. The feathered bicorn costs 3,499 shards and gives you a 20% boost to ODM stats, cuts your dash cooldown by 15%, adds 5 stacks to Undying Hero, and applies a 1.1x multiplier to order effects. Ascendant tickets cost 499 shards and let you max out any Titan skill instantly. Lazurite tickets at 599 shards improve your memory rolling odds and favor rare rarity, while Amethyst tickets at 1,499 shards do the same, but lean toward epic rarity instead. Dice come in 3 variants at 249, 299, and 1,249 shards for Gilded, Astral, and Ascendant respectively, and they're used to reroll artifact substat values. Keys range from 9 shards all the way up to 649 depending on the tier, covering Worn, Wall Steel, Command, Lazurite, and Crimson variants, and they're used for crafting and enhancing perks. You can also grab XP, luck, and gold boosts at 599, 1,099, and 1,999 shards for 30-minute, 1-hour, and 2-hour durations. Worth grabbing if you're planning a long session. The Blessings machine is another system you should be using consistently. It pulls from a pool of 70 different passive bonuses covering body, offense, defense, and support, and the selection refreshes every wave just like the market. If you're not happy with what's showing, you can reroll, but you can also lock the current options for 5 waves using gold if something good is available. HQ upgrades are also something to invest in regularly. You can upgrade max HP, regen rate, HP replenishment, HQ refill amount, and even unlock the ability to revive all defeated teammates before the next wave, which is massive in longer runs. A few extra things worth knowing before you go in. Always play with a full squad if you can, because enemy aggro split across multiple players is a legitimate survival tool. Make sure your family has a solid damage bonus before attempting this mode, because that bonus carries over and directly affects how hard you hit. Higher difficulty waves drop better loot, so even if the early waves feel unrewarding, just keep pushing because the good stuff comes later. You can use one shard to get an extra shift, with the only exception being the Colossal Titan. If your build is strong enough, you can also use the auto skip feature to skip certain waves entirely. And don't forget that regular Titan kills can drop perks, artifacts, or memories, while bosses drop 3 random items instead of just 1, so boss waves are always worth going hard on. To wrap it all up and make sure it sticks, Waves mode is an endless Titan defense in Trost, up to 3 players public or 5 private. Roguelike start with only potion effects and family bonuses carrying over. Difficulty scales every 10 waves from easy up to aberrant, with a boss every 10th wave. Gold comes from wave clears and should be spent at the rotating market, not hoarded. Shards are earned by converting gold and spent on big progression items like the feathered bicorn, tickets, dice, keys and boosts. Skill crates drop after each wave and get turned in at HQ. Blessings machine gives random passives from 70 options. HQ upgrades improve your stats and can even revive teammates. And bosses drop 3 items, so never skip those fights.